Hello, fellow fantasy gamers, and welcome back to my channel. One more week full of interesting matches, red cards, and beautiful goals has passed. The ninth round in Italian Serie A is over, and I am here to review what actually happened this weekend. But before I start, please subscribe to my channel and help me reach 500 subscribers by Christmas, and I will upload a special gift for you. Don't forget to share the videos with your friends and hit the like button. You can also follow me on TikTok and in Instagram. Let's grow our community bigger. I will take a quick look at the results of this match day, the rankings in our private league, and then I will show you how my team performed in this round. Everything started in Saturday with 3 games as we saw in the previous video. The champions Napoli won their away game in Verona with 3-1. There are 2 players who brought the victory for the Sky Blues. Kvitcha scored 2 goals and Politano scored the other one and made 2 assists. In the second game, Inter were set to pay a visit to Torino. The Black and Blues are continuing their good form since the start of the season, and won with 3-0. 3 different goal scorers and a clean sheet for Zoma, who made some important saves. Overall, a good game for Inter and 3 points for them in the race for the title. The third game for Saturday was between Sassuolo and Lazio. There was some controversy with the goalkeeper of the Eagles, but still they won with 2-0 and kept a clean sheet. Despite the miracles performed by Consigli at the goal, everything was determined by the defensive mistakes in the green team. On Sunday, we had even more interesting things that happened. In the early game, Roma got the 3 points in the dying minutes against 10 men from Monza. Without the injured Dybala and a few missed chances from Lukaku, and despite the 2 big saves from Di Gregorio, El Shaarawy scored the goal for 1-0. At the end, there was still time for Mourinho to be sent off from the bench. Moving on, we saw a victory of Bologna against Frosinone. In this match, we saw one outstanding goal from De Silvestri, and another goal from the young Matthias Sol, this time from the penalty spot. In the same time in Salerno was extremely dramatic. The game between Salernitana and Cagliari ended in a 2-2 draw, and the interesting thing was that all the goals were scored in the last 12 minutes or so. Bologna scored both goals for the home side and split the points. After that, Atalanta defeated Genoa at home with 2-0 and kept the clean sheet for all the managers who has defenders from this team in their squads. Ederson scored 1 goal and Lookman scored the other, rendering Scamacca obsolete. Then it was time for the derby match of the weekend. Milan welcomed Juventus at the San Siro. Malik Thiaw got himself a red card in the 40th minute, and that unchained the away side to pursue the victory. Locatelli scored from outside the box, and after that the Bianconeri kept the 1-goal lead. In the 2 games at Monday, we saw Udinese finally scoring a goal, but the penalty converted by Thorvan was not enough because Piccoli equalized 10 minutes before the end of the match. This point may be vital for Udinese at the end of the season if they continue with this form. After that, we saw another surprise. Caputo led Empoli for their second win this year. 2-0 away to Fiorentina is the biggest surprise this game week. Nico Gonzalez, Martinez Quarta and Bonaventura missed a lot of chances and gifted the 3 points to Empoli. Take a look now at the players who made the dream team for the round and combined for a total of 142 points. Most points were collected by the Napoli players, Politano and Kvitcha, as they were instrumental for the victory of the champions. And this is the top 20 in our private league. Eldar is still the leader, while the gap between top 4 and the 5th manager is widening, as well as the gap between the top spot and 10th position. The distance between the next 10 managers isn't that big, but still you can see some layers in the rankings. At the bottom half, we have even bigger gap from the top, and in my opinion it is even more interesting for these managers to pursue a better round score. Moving on to the managers with best scores this match day. Starting with one of the recent inductees in our league, Barco Zocco, who scored 81 points. Even though he has 2 players with 2 points, 2 players with 1 point, and non-playing Osimhen, he has Kvitcha as a captain, which brought him to the top. Nicasimo has similar fate with Kvitcha as a captain, but the other players contributed with more points, and despite the deduction of 10 points he managed to score 77 for this round. Congrats Nika, you are the first to take a deduction or use the wild card and get some decent result. Borcagno comes next with 77 points as well, but he doesn't have any deductions. He don't have Glitcher in his team, which means that all the players collected more points and contributed better for the total score. The team of Asim Gerbo scored 73 points, again without Glitcher. He has a decent squad and is a treat for everybody in the league going forward. He just didn't have good luck until now. I hope he collects more points and rise to the top of the table sooner. My team was left at the 13th spot once again, despite collecting 72 points. All I managed to do is widening the gap between me and the managers behind me. I couldn't reach the top places this round, and that is understandable when you see what I have done on the transfer market. Selling Osimhen and taking Østigard was the biggest flop I have ever made. On the other hand, the Fiorentina players didn't live up to the expectations in the loss against Empoli at home. Both of them were close to assists and goals, but at the end of the day I got just 7 points from them. And to top it all off, Di Lorenzo conceded a goal against Verona and cost me 8 points. This could have been a round with more than 100 points. Adding that I was thinking of bringing Politano to replace Osimhen makes me sick. Never mind, let's look at the leader Eldar. He collected 72 points, just like me. He has Glitcher as a captain, and now I am starting to think that everybody knows something that I don't. This round shows exactly how important it is to have the right player as a captain in your squad. Here it is a bad choice of captain, in the team of Flora. Martinez Quarta didn't get any clean sheet points and conceded 2 goals, which left him with 2 points to be doubled. Chiesa entered for a few minutes and all the other players performed poorly for the total of 54 points. This is another disappointing round for Flora. I wish her all the luck in the upcoming fixtures, and keep my fingers crossed to collect more points. Moving on, I have to welcome the newest manager in our league, and that is Mark Muteji from Kenya. He enters at the 10th position and in this round he collected 66 points, which is not that bad, despite Kazali who didn't contributed at all. And lastly, I have to say something for Salim at the bottom of the league. He collected 60 points and managed to overtake Maurizio in the battle for relegation, but still his position doesn't change from last week. He is still 28th thanks to the new manager, Mark. Keep it going, Salim, I believe in you. And this is everything for now, folks. The next 10th round will be the biggest so far. We have 3 big games to look for in the upcoming days. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumb up, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I will be waiting you again here for more Serie A fantasy discussions. Take care and God bless.